Nobody saw this coming. Not the fans, not the locker room, and definitely not Cody Rhodes. Because just when it looked like the road to WrestleMania 42 was starting to feel predictable, everything changed in a single brutal moment. It all started on WWE SmackDown. Randy Orton walked out in his hometown of St. Louis to a massive reaction. The crowd was loud, electric, fully behind him. This was classic Orton territory. Calm, composed, completely in control. But he wasn't there to celebrate. He was there to send a message, and it wasn't subtle. Orton stood in the ring and made one thing very clear. Cody Rhodes doesn't have the killer instinct to beat him. Not at WrestleMania, not ever. No yelling, no over-the-top promo, just quiet confidence. The kind that feels way more dangerous. And then, before anyone could even process it, Cody Rhodes showed up. No music delay, no long entrance, just straight to the ring, ready to fight. And that's when everything exploded. The two went at each other instantly, no hesitation. Punches flying, bodies colliding, the kind of chaos that feels less like entertainment and more like something personal. The crowd was fully locked in, because this wasn't just hype anymore. This felt real. For a moment, it even looked like Cody might take control. He pushed Orton back, cornered him, started building momentum. You could feel the energy shifting. This could have been the moment where Cody proved everyone wrong. But then, something strange happened. Not loud, not dramatic, just off. Out of nowhere, someone stepped into the ring. At first, it didn't even register, because it wasn't another wrestler. It wasn't security. It wasn't anyone you'd expect in that moment. It was Pat McAfee, wearing an RKO shirt, sunglasses on, moving with purpose. And for a split second, nobody reacted, because nobody understood what they were seeing. And then, impact. A sudden, vicious low blow straight to Cody Rhodes. No build-up, no warning, just a clean, brutal shot that dropped him instantly. And just like that, everything changed. The crowd didn't know how to react. Shock, confusion, silence mixed with noise. Because this wasn't just interference. This didn't make sense. Why McAfee? Why now? But before anyone could even start asking those questions, Randy Orton took over, steel chair in hand, and he didn't hold back. Shot after shot, methodical, calculated. This was the Orton people fear. Not the fan favorite, not the legend, the predator. Meanwhile, Cody was down. No defense, no comeback, just completely blindsided. And then somehow, it got even crazier, because McAfee didn't leave. He didn't run, he didn't try to explain it quietly backstage. He grabbed a microphone. And that's when things went from shocking to something much bigger. He started talking. At first, it sounded like frustration, complaints about WWE, about the direction of the company, about the current champion. But then it escalated. He said the product has gotten weak. He said the locker room isn't what it used to be. He said the business is filled with undersized wrestlers doing meaningless moves. And then he said the one thing that changed everything. Randy Orton is the solution, and he's the one guiding him, the mystery voice, the one behind the scenes, the one telling Orton to tear everything down. It was Pat McAfee the entire time. Let that sink in. For weeks, there had been questions about who was influencing Randy Orton, who was pushing him to become more aggressive, more ruthless, more dangerous than ever. And the answer was someone nobody expected. A commentator, an analyst, someone who sat at ringside watching, studying, waiting, and now he's in the middle of the biggest storyline heading into WrestleMania. And suddenly, this isn't just about Cody versus Orton. This is something deeper. Because now Cody Rhodes isn't just fighting one opponent, he's fighting a system, a plan, something that's been building behind the scenes this entire time. And the worst part, he didn't even see it coming. Think about it. Cody walked into that ring ready for a fight with Orton, but what he got was a setup, a trap, and it worked perfectly, because in one moment he lost control of everything. The momentum, the crowd, the narrative, all gone. And now, heading into WrestleMania 42, the question isn't just whether Cody can win, it's whether he can recover at all. Because Randy Orton isn't alone anymore. He's more dangerous than ever. And now, with McAfee backing him, someone who clearly believes the entire company needs to be fixed, this could be the start of something much bigger than just one match, something that could change everything in WWE. And if this is how it begins, then what happens next might be even worse. Because one thing is clear now. This wasn't random. This wasn't a surprise for the sake of shock. This was planned, carefully. And Cody Rhodes just became the first victim. The real question is, who's next?